So m represents your slope. That number is always the number in front of x. So what's the number in front of x? So this is mx plus b. So what's m? What number is m? 2. Now you're going to write that as a fraction though. Write it as 2 over 1. Because remember, your slope is rise over run. So it's telling you how many hops up and how many hops to the right. Okay. The y-intercept, b, stands for where you start. This is where you start on the y-axis. You always start on the y-axis. So Javion, what's that number? -5, good. So I want everybody on your y-axis, put a point at -5. So let's go to our -5. So -5 is right here. So you're going to start your line right here at -5. So go ahead and put a point right here. Put a point at -5. That's where you start. A lot of people like to say B stands for begin. So we're going to begin our line right here at -5. Now the slope is 2, and because it's positive, you're going to go up 2 and to the right 1. So from that point, you're going up 2 and to the right 1. So let's go ahead and put our pen or pencil right here. And from this point, I want you to hop up 2, 1, 2, and go to the right 1. You always move right. So everybody look up here. So everybody see this? Hop up, 1, 2 to the right 1. So your next point should be at -3, 1. Let me go ahead and zoom in. I went to sleep fast. Okay, let's do another point. Now from this point, repeat. Hop up, 1, 2 to the right 1. Put a point. Then I want you to, if you have a straight edge, your ID or something that you can use to make a straight line, go ahead and graph the straightest line you can. Now my line is not as straight because, you know, I'm on my iPad. So I'm actually going to put a little bit more points to help me make it even straighter. Okay. Now you can put as many points as you want. Usually we always say at least 2. So my line is a little crooked because I'm trying to do it from my iPad, which I can't put a ruler down on. All right. Any questions about how we graph a line, a straight line? So this is a straight line. Rise over run. We're going to do a little bit of graphing in this chapter. All right, so let's move on to the first page in our notes. Page 2. And we're going to talk about operations on functions. Operations on functions. So that's what we're talking about today. Page 2 in your notes. So it's the purple, the packet with the purple front page. All right, so we're going to look at these two functions. F of x is 3x and g of x is 2x minus 4. And we're going to take those functions and we're going to add them, subtract, and multiply. Now, what I want you to write for subtraction is you always have to distribute the negative. So you have to do a, change the signs after the subtraction. So whatever is after subtraction, we have to change signs first. Then we combine like terms. With addition, we just combine our like terms. And then with multiplication, we're going to distribute, and sometimes we'll make a box, depending on if it's at least if it's a 2 by 2. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our examples on page 2. I think today we just focus on addition. So example 1 says that they want us to add f of x and g of x. You see this f plus g? That means they want us to add. So f of x, can you open up the door? Oh, never mind, thank you. So we have an x plus 1 that goes here. Go ahead and put that on that line. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, she's not here today. I can hold on to it if she comes late, but she's not here right now. Okay. Okay, and then g of x. Our g of x is right here. We're going to put that here. So we don't need to change any signs. And why don't I need to change these signs after the plus signs? Why don't I change it? Because this is a what? A positive. If it's negative, I have to change. So now all we're going to do, I'm just going to rewrite it. Note, we don't have to change anything. Is combine your like terms. We add the x's together. We add the numbers together. So go ahead and add your x and your 3x. What is x plus 3x? What is 1 plus 3? 4. So we got 4 x's. And then I want you to add together the 1 and the 4 because they're numbers. And what's 1 plus 4? 5. And that would be your answer. So in your homework 1, there's 3 operations, and today you can just do the first row, which is addition. And we'll talk about subtraction and multiplication later on in the week. Don't worry about the back side yet. So just the front side. All right, so now let's look at our next question. Again, this is saying add. So it's addition. So what they want us to do is add these two together. So I got to have my x squared. Let's go ahead and write it out. No sign changes because it's addition. Now remember, in order for it to be a like term, it has to have the same variable and the same exponent. Let's see something real quick. Has to have the same variable and the same exponent. Maybe we are doing subtraction today. Yeah, we are. I think so. Okay. All right. So now we're going to add together our x squared. So let's go ahead and add our x squareds together. And that has an invisible 1 in front. So 1 plus 2. What is it, boys and girls? 3. Good job. Notice that this x doesn't have anybody to add to. So that's just going to stay 3x. We don't have anybody to add that to. But we also do have numbers. We have a 1 and we have a -5 though. 1 and -5. And that would be a -4. And that would be your answer. Questions? What y'all think? Okay, let's keep moving. So now we are moving on to subtraction. So I take that back. I thought we were doing subtraction on Wednesday. We're doing it today. So we're going to start off by writing both functions on our lines. So we have f of x. Put that here. So everybody put the 2x plus 9 there. And then I'm going to put the 5x minus 10. Now, because this is subtraction, does everybody hear me? Everything here has to change signs. We have to change the sign of both of these terms. So do you see how this is a positive 5? I want you to drop it down here, but make it a negative 5. And then you see how that's a negative 10? You're going to drop it down here and make it a positive 10. These signs change, not the first one. So I'm going to rewrite that one. That one does not change, but the second one does. So you're going to put a negative 5x and a positive 10. So now I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my terms plus negative 5x plus 10. Now you combine your like terms. Go ahead and add your x's together. Add your numbers together. So Debonair, what would you write for your answer? Okay. Plus 19. Any questions about how we got there? Okay, we got a couple more. So now this says f, so I'm going to go ahead and write it out. So I got my f, which is 2x squared minus 1 minus 4x minus 5. So then I'm going to change this, though, to an addition question. And in order for me to change it to an addition question, I have to change the sign of both of these terms. So, Michael, what am I going to write inside of the parentheses when I change the signs? Negative 4x plus 5. Good. Now I'm ready to drop my parentheses and combine my like terms. We don't have a lot of like terms. The 2x squared doesn't have a like term. The x doesn't have a like term. The only like terms are my numbers. That's the only thing we can add. So let's write our final answer. So we have 2x squared minus 4x. And now let's add these together. So Johan, what would I get when I add together the negative 1 and the 5? I didn't hear you. Positive 4. Good job. Questions or comments? All right, we almost done. Let's go ahead and finish it out. We're going to do both. So first, let's add. And it matters because the F is first. That's why I'm going to put that first. It does matter for subtraction, but not for addition. So let's go ahead and write it out. So I have negative x squared plus 2. And then you don't really need to put parentheses when it's addition, but I'm just going to do it. The reason why we don't is because there are no, there's no sign changes. Go ahead and give myself a little separation there. Huh? What'd you say? Yeah, that's what I got. I'll go back at the end, but I'm pretty sure that's what I wrote. Okay, so now because it's addition, we don't need to do any sign changes. So we have negative x squared plus 2. And then I'm just going to rewrite that. Nothing changes. No changes. Okay. So let's go ahead and combine our like terms. So we got these two. When we add that together, that's a negative 1 plus 2. Negative 1 plus 2 is just 1. All right, does 3x have a like term? No. So I'm just going to bring that down. And then Otanel, what do I get when I add together the 2 and the 5? 7. And that would be your answer. All right, let's do our subtraction. Now for subtraction, I do have to do a little bit of extra. So I have the negative x squared plus 2 minus 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. Now we're going to do that one more time. Except this time, all of my signs are going to change. So this positive 2 is going to become a what? A negative 2x squared. The plus 3x becomes a minus 3x. And the plus 5 becomes a minus 5. All right, so now we're ready to rewrite it without parentheses. And then take a moment and combine your like terms. Somebody's music is so loud that I can hear it from up here. I'm going to ignore it today, though. Today, I'm going to ignore it. I ain't even going to say that. So I'm going to go ahead and add my x squared terms together. So that would be negative 3x squared. And then that minus 3x does not have a like term, so I'm going to bring it down. And then I have positive 2 and negative 5, which is going to give you a negative 3. And that would be your final answer. So everybody take out homework 1. Now homework 1, can you write is due on Friday for full credit? That is due this Friday, which is November 7th.